Good day, everyone, and everyone, good day. Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery with another Drawings Decoded. Now, this is one of my earlier sketchbooks, also. And see, it's a blue canvas sketchbook, nothing too special about it. And it was actually a lot larger, but as you can see here, this came from having to tear pages out because I didn't like the drawing. I sometimes have a bad habit of, instead of erasing, I would tear the page out and just toss it instead of just sticking with it or erasing it or just drawing the back of the paper. I had a bad tendency just to tear pages out, which leaves the sketchbook a lot smaller than when I originally bought it. So, but I finished this earlier one and open it up and show you what's inside. All right, now this sketchbook is from 2006 to 2006, so it was a small sketchbook, short, didn't take long. And my first drawing is this. Now, I gave it the name Oasis, and this character that I created actually came from when I was in junior high school. I thought the name Oasis for this character in junior high school many years ago, way before this actual book or this drawing itself. And I liked the name and I liked the character so much that when I purchased this sketchbook in 2006, I thought, well, draw the character again, but this time let's kind of update it. And I still like the character, so I may do it again. I may revamp this character again for one of my latest sketchbooks. But this was a long time ago. So junior high, early, this was about the early 90s. So that gives you an idea how long ago the original character I drew was and how long this is. Alright. This drawing I just called it Bad Music, and it was kind of a message as to the effects of listening to bad music, or what is perceived as bad music. And you see a little pothole or manhole cover of music on here, and it sees a man laying on the ground, all stretched out, with a microphone cord wrapped around his arm. And see the microphone down here, and sidewalk, the sewer grates, like speakers. And it's just a message as to the effects of listening to bad music and what can actually happen to you. What, from my perspective, what can happen to you. And this was something I came up with. I really don't know what I was thinking when I made this, because I actually had no reference for this, not from personal experience or not from anyone else I knew. So I just decided, I think I actually was probably watching a TV show when this happened, and I decided to draw something about it. That's all it is. Probably came from a TV show. Which TV show, I don't know, but that's where it came from. And this was for a friend of mine, or a college mate, and it was a tattoo design that he wanted. And I decided to draw it for him. This was I wanted to see if I can give the illusion of a 3D object. It's a simple drawing, just a blank piece of paper with a little puzzle piece coming out of it, and the eye on the puzzle piece as a part of the actual page. Just a simple abstract sketch. The design I had, stuff I just write that comes to my mind. The design I came up with I guess the idea was the olive in a drink image, but instead of you have like a straw or something to it. I don't know. It's just a random drawing I thought about doing. Not really sure why I drew it, to be honest with you. Another just a random sketch, just as the idea popped in my head. I don't really know why I drew this either. This one was a drawing I did dealing with age. The young man and the old man, but they're actually the same person. So, learning things, the things you don't learn in your youth, you learn as you get older. So just kind of a teaching tool, kind of a message, subliminal message with that. This is, I forgot the title of it, but I was just showing, the effects of this, mainly rappers or entertainers who pose in an image that actually isn't their life. So as you see here, you have custom throwback jersey, $500, custom leather jacket, $450, platinum rope and medallion, $5,000 right here. See, 10 carat and 24 platinum, $10,000 each. The earrings here. See, custom shades, $175. Custom fitted hat, $150. See, first words and knowing that you've missed 7 years of your child support, birthdays, first words, and first steps, priceless. So it's just an image to show that. And same thing with females. A custom handmade bag from Italy, $300. Custom French tips, $45. A leather fur coat, $250. Hollywood haircut, $60. 18-year paycheck. See, knowing you trapped him into staying, priceless. Now keep in mind, I don't actually know anybody who does these two things in real life, but I know the images exist in the world. It's something I wanted to speak on, so I just decided to draw an image of it. This is a drawing I did of the rapper T.I. from, I think, one of his earlier albums, King. I believe it was King. And this was the album cover. I liked the image so much that I decided to draw it from the album. So more designs for my friends. A design I did, the profile drawing. See, little design I made, 1983, which is the year of my birth. I was born February 26, 1983. This is a diagram I drew of the internal structure of the skull of a dolphin. So you see the brain here, blowhole, the melon, which helps the dolphin perform echolocation. And this is the bottlenose dolphin. This was when I actually was working at the Smithsonian. I believe it was the Smithsonian, yeah, at this year. There's another design I did. A random design. This was actually, I got it from a magazine. I can't remember which magazine I got it from, but it's actually from a magazine, and I liked them so much I decided to draw it to see how it would come out. This was a drawing design I did of Carnival, the Carnival Parade in Washington, D.C. Well, those who are from Washington, D.C. will call it Georgia Avenue Day, but this is something I drew to commemorate that. I've gone to it plenty of times, loved it. Hot as crap, but I loved it nonetheless. This was a fun drawing I did of a pencil relaxing. Don't know why I drew that, but just something I wanted to do. This was a drawing I did of my right hand, and it's the image of a star. Just to be creative. Another creative drawing. I wanted to see how it would look when I do black ink and color a shirt. Something I wanted to do. And this right here. This was a drawing I did, or a sketch I did, while I was working at the Smithsonian, the Museum of Natural History, the National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. And although I shouldn't have been doing this, but still, as I was waiting for more customers to come to my line, I was folding shirts. I took a piece of the receipt paper and decided to draw Mount Rushmore. We used to sell these cards, these gift cards for tourists, and one of them had Mount Rushmore, to patriotic. And I decided to draw. I wanted to see if I could draw Mount Rushmore. This was my very first attempt. Drew this for the very first time. I've never drawn Mount Rushmore, any of the presidents before or since, really. And this was my very first attempt at drawing it. And I used receipt paper, as you can see, receipt paper. And I enjoyed it so much that I kept it. And when I got home, I put it in my sketchbook. So this is the back of the paper, but this is in my sketchbook that I drew. And you can see George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. And it's just something I wanted to do just to see if I could, And that's it. That is my drawings decoded, part 3. I have a whole lot more sketchbooks to show you and drawings to decode, but this is what I have so far. Alright, you all have a good day. I will see you next time. Take care, everybody, and peace.